No audio.
Yo, what's up, Richie and T? We back with another video, you feel me? I'm back here with the gang as usual, you feel me? We got Big in the cut, you feel me? I'm LockedNJaay and this is
B.E.K.
You feel me? Now, B.E.K, you feel me? Let's just dive into it, you feel me? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What you be doing?
I'm 20 years old. I am a self-taught barber, a dog kennel worker, and I sing as well. And I have a little bit of fame on TikTok.
Just a little bit. Respect.
130K, that's fine. Not serious.
I'm gonna act like the shit just didn't happen. But we had to restart. But we gonna pick up right where we left off. So you were saying that it's toxic and like why is it toxic?
Yeah, TikTok is just a lot of work. If you don't consistently keep up with it, people get irritated. Don't want to follow you no more, which is fine. You know, you got 130, you ain't really got to worry about it.
What do they get irritated with, though?
Just not having content. That's it. Like, it's literally just dumb.
Because they're really fans.
They're literally like obsessed. Like, it's an obsession.
They could keep swiping.
Yeah, I got all these videos.
No, but you
look at all of them.
Like, you really go on somebody's page.
Exactly.
Like, see, you look at a good amount of these shit. So
like I take maybe a 1 day break.
It's like us watching DDG. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna be tight if you
don't
upload.
You don't post,
you
like shit.
Right. So I can understand how that happens.
But it gets to the point where like I've had a couple like times where like I've had a couple who like obsessed. Like it was bad.
Right.
I had to like block accounts and then they make new ones to still have conversation with me. Like
weird,
it's so
That's
bad.
Okay, I have a question.
Alright.
So who was trying to have a conversation with you? Don't say a name, but like was it girls, guys?
Both. Both.
Interesting.
Both.
Interesting.
Mainly females, but once I started to like kind of slide out of being masculine all the time, they're like, oh shit, so she's not just into girls. Okay, let me. So that kind of messed it up a little bit, but it's bad. I mean, even in high school, like I could be masculine as hell, and dudes still would have conversation with me. I'm like
on some intimate.
Yes, I'm like, you really? Are you sure?
You said in high school.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna say no names because they probably gonna watch and they be like, damn, Beck, you really just gonna.
You aired me out?
I don't know shit.
But all I gotta say is some DMV dudes like don't like feminine females. They like masculine females.
See, but what DMV dudes? Because me, I'm not
like DMV.
We're not from the DMV. Oh my god! And he's from the DMV. He don't like
count.
that.
I don't count.
So
not in that category.
What do you mean by that?
That's tough. Niggas really be fucking with like masculine.
I literally had a conversation with a certain dude because he would not stop trying to talk to me.
Oh yeah.
Best friend at the time.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about it. And
yeah, he was late,
bro. You missed a lot.
I'm gonna have to get
on the. He was my best friend for like a good year and a half, 2 years, and he was super persistent on talking to me. Mind you, that was the time where I was like coming out of the whole masculine thing, so he saw me in my feminine moments.
Right.
Now there's a lot more feminine moments because I'm more comfortable with it. But I could be in basketball shorts. I could be in like super baggy joggers, and he would like be so persistent. I'm like, dude, you like dudes? Because I look like a whole little boy right now, and you trying to talk to me. That's the problem. It's bad, so bad.
Nice.
Yeah, nah, that's vicious as fuck.
Like, come on, my dude, the joggers though.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh god.
He's tripping, bro.
Like in basketball, sure.
Because now that she said it the way she said it,
Bad.
he might like niggas, bro.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean,
It's a little fruity, just a little bit.
And it's crazy because if they watch this, they gonna know.
I don't care. I don't fuck with them anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. But nobody else is gonna know what we're talking about. They gonna know.
I'm not gonna be that disrespectful.
I don't even know.
I'm not gonna say
fruity ass nigga.
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you
on
after.
your shit. Oh, you, bro. What the fuck?
Y'all know.
So do I know this nigga?
Probably.
You might know this nigga.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be friends with this nigga.
No, he's not friends with him, but you've seen him. For sure.
Bro, I want y'all
Think
to
about
tell
it.
me
Oh,
now.
basketball.
I can't tell you now.
Basketball.
And football.
No, not really football. He was on. No.
I mean, you can say it and then we'll just cut it out. But like,
no way.
That ass.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Oh, you definitely.
I'm a cuss. Why you wouldn't get no?
Why you don't get nobody? Damn it!
Not even.
Hey yo, I'm weak.
I see why y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, like if you really think about it, that's fucked up.
Very like it's
Cause like you was sitting here like, bro, you was feeling a way about me.
Right, this is my thing, right? It's just like I feel like,
And I was about to say we talked about this before. Like on the podcast, we talked about niggas acting like friends.
right,
And
just to
then-
get in the
That's
yeah,
right.
Just get in there.
Like you sat too close to me last time.
Yeah. But see, this is my thing.
That's
It's
mad weird.
What?
it's just like, bro,
You was next to me.
that's your friend, so
Why?
he knows how you feel at the end of the day. Fuck all the other shit. So it's
Yeah.
just like him knowing how you feel. That was weird. Just
And you
like-
know, he knows a lot.
Yeah, that's he's your friend. That's what I'm
he was
saying.
your best friend.
Yeah,
You really
exactly.
close to me. You know everything. You know a
You
good amount of
still-
shit. And you didn't say
Yeah.
nothing.
These niggas.
That's weird,
Gross.
bro.
First,
So
of all,
gross.
I don't even.
I want to ask you like when did you figure out that you play both sides, whatever, like
So-
just whatever you figured out, because obviously
Yeah.
you're a girl, but it's like your whole life you did not know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
I wouldn't say my whole
Or
life.
when
Exactly.
did you figure out
But,
when he was like,
I first found out in elementary school.
right,
I kissed the best friend that I had.
and he was like,
We were like,
This shit- shit hot.
yeah.
This shit cool.
I'm like, oh, okay, this ain't,
right,
I didn't feel uncomfortable.
right,
So I was like, okay. And I just did that and left it alone.
right,
I ended up started crushing on a female in 6th grade, but I didn't say nothing because,
Right.
at the time,
and that's the thing
it
too.
wasn't open like that. Like,
Right.
everybody
Yes,
was
it
like,
wasn't.
oh, that's weird.
right,
Yeah.
So-
That is crazy.
Kept it to myself. I would say probably freshman year, I came out as bisexual.
right,
And then from the end of freshman year to about the middle of junior year, everyone thought I was just gay. Which I didn't tell them not to think that way because I was only with females that whole period of time.
Right.
So, I mean, what was I supposed to say? No. Because they would be like, you're lying. I haven't seen you with a dude since freshman year.
facts,
And still, since freshman year, I haven't been with a dude at all.
right.
But now that I've graduated and I'm like...
Your body, so you get to learn yourself.
Right, I'm
more.
learning myself
Right.
a lot more. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't like dudes. It's
Right.
just going to be very difficult
Yeah,
for a dude to catch my attention just because I've been around females for 5-6 years now. So I'm not opposed to it, but it's going to be very difficult.
right. People wait until they really announce that they're a different, they fuck with different shit.
I feel
'Cause-
like
yeah.
it's mainly just because of judgment.
Hell yeah.
It just started becoming okay, and
Yeah.
and still it's not completely okay.
bro.
That's
'Cause I mean,
crazy
like-
as shit.
like,
Like,
I
there-
want to know, like, how did you tell your parents?
That's what I was gonna ask.
So-
Because I feel like a lot of people are like,
It was a
scared
little
or
easier
something
for
to do
like my mom's side of the family, because at one point in time
Yeah, and
she
your
had her
family,
moment of
too.
just wanting to be with females after my parents got divorced.
Right.
So I was surrounded by it. And then when I did come to the point of, okay, I'm gonna tell my dad, he thought it was my mom's fault. He's like, you know what? You've been around it. It's her fault.
Right.
It's a phase. I got told that shit for 4 years.
Right.
You're gonna fall out of it. Don't worry about it. So a lot of times, whether it was like family events or anything, they'd be like, one day you're gonna have a husband, you have kids. I'm like, I'm not.
You're right. Like, nah, that's not my vibe.
But that would be so annoying. Though,
And what's
like,
worse is because I didn't tell all the family that I liked females. So pretty much they were telling them for me because they knew that I was gonna answer a certain type of way.
Right.
They're like, she's gonna say, oh, she didn't like dudes, and then everybody's gonna know. Me personally, like, I don't feel like anyone has to broadcast the fact they're straight, so why do I have to broadcast the fact
Facts.
that I like
That's
girls?
a fact.
Exactly.
I don't feel like, oh, she wears this or she does this, so she has to broadcast she likes females.
Right.
Y'all don't have to broadcast you like females, so why should
Right.
I don't like it. I don't mind the whole label thing, but at the same time, I just feel like if you like what you like, cool. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm bisexual. I'm
Niggas are
gay.
scared too much.
I was
Right.
just saying, mind your
Like,
fucking
Yeah,
who cares?
I don't
They're
care.
like, what are you?
Yeah, like
Me, mind your fucking business.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
That's all you gotta know.
It's don't got shit to do with you. You not laying with me. You not even emotionally
Right.
attached with me.
Yeah,
And it's usually the ones that have no conversation with you at all, that have the
Exactly.
most
Motherfuckers don't know
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you think y'all, like all of y'all, do y'all think it will be more, like, not popular, but like more, I guess, like you said, accepted, like in the next generation type shit? Because
Definitely. I feel like it's
It's
gonna
more
be more
accepted
accepted now.
Yeah.
right.
It's way more out
You know,
there
there's
now.
always them.
Like, let's say by the time we have kids, like I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Oh yeah.
like that shit should be
It should be regular.
No, but I mean,
It's-
like,
it's
it is
still-
regular.
It
Like
is regular.
it's still
Like,
regular,
already
yeah.
shows.
My thing is, some people be treating it like it's different.
Like it's-
People
yeah.
just
I
have
feel
their
like
preferences type.
it bothers me, like, sometimes, like, for instance, I'm not gonna say who, but family members that I have, they're like, I don't want to be around a gay dude because he's gay. Like, if he's not gonna sit there and be persistent with you or like try anything with you, what's the problem with having a gay friend?
I feel like
no,
bro.
they're the funniest
I
ones.
feel like they
Okay.
get uncomfortable with themselves on some
yeah,
weird
well,
shit.
let me dive into that because I ain't gonna lie, like motherfucking like us growing up in our generation, especially in our school,
Yeah.
motherfucking the at least the gay niggas that were there, like I didn't fuck with them only because they were doing certain shit
Yeah,
that
and
I
that's
would not
completely
fuck with.
okay.
And that, but it's a
But
stigma.
I was-
You know what I'm saying? So all gay niggas is not like that.
Right,
So
that's
it's
right.
like you really gotta learn niggas.
I
Like,
feel with that whole situation, a lot of people in the LGBT community in itself are like, okay, well, all people think this way.
Right.
All straight dudes don't want to hang out with a gay dude, or all straight females don't hang out with a gay female.
Right.
It's not that. They're just very cautious.
Niggas just,
And-
bro, people just care too much. Like,
I
about
hate,
the hope,
like,
hope of the label
I
shit.
low
like,
key
damn.
hate being in the community in itself because in itself
Just
it's
label
toxic.
it, yeah.
Right.
Like they're all like, oh, I have to label this way. There's this many genders.
It's just
There's
labels,
this many.
bruh.
Like,
right.
who cares?
That's all it is. Is a label.
Just do you.
Like, it's still a person.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
Like,
saying.
you can be gay, just, you feel
Yeah.
me? Like, be gay on your own time.
Right.
If we gonna hang out or something. Like, I could.
But that's
I don't
why-
have
But you
a
ain't
problem.
gotta be all, you know, touchy-feely, flamboyant all the time.
Bro.
If you around dudes that you know are not attracted to that shit.
Bro,
Don't do
Yeah,
exactly.
like, as long
Like,
as you get.
let me just say it like this, nigga. I was on the bus. A gay nigga that we've known was gay since middle school, but he didn't come out till freshman,
After.
like till high school, right?
Yeah.
He would do a lot. Like, grab my ass, like a whole bunch of
Yeah,
shit.
no, that's
See,
See?
but that right. So obviously that's gonna leave any nigga like with a bad perception of
right.
the
Yeah.
whole community.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But you know, growing up, like right after high school, motherfucking, I go to VCU.
yeah.
Meet this chill ass gay nigga. Niggas braiding my hair, like we're chilling.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But like he's chill as shit, and I'm like, damn, like they're like all gay niggas is really not like the same. Like there's just different how they all
Right.
treat
Everybody's
shit.
different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, okay, well maybe like this is a thing that like a lot of niggas have a perception of.
Right,
Right.
just a label.
It takes a minute, but I feel like a lot of people are like, it shouldn't take them that long. But like when stuff happens like that, you're gonna take a minute to be comfortable around them. That's
Right.
just,
Especially
It's
with
the same-
grabbing your
it's the
ass.
same thing
Nah.
with like me
Yeah,
like
I ain't gonna lie,
females.
like-
That's extra. Like
It's the
that's
same
a,
thing.
That's extra.
That's
Or a
sexual
back-
assault.
I'm telling
Right.
you.
That's sexual
Like-
assault is crazy.
Right. Touching.
Especially knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, and mind you, this was in middle school or like
Like, yeah,
when we
you
was
were
riding the
young.
bus. I didn't
Yeah,
ride
you
the
were
bus
young.
since
It's the
sophomore
same thing
year.
with females. Like everybody's like, oh, I don't want a gay female friend because she's gonna be all over me.
Right, and that's not the case for
That's not the
everybody.
case
Right,
with
like,
everybody.
sorry, they're people. They
Right.
can chill.
But
like,
then
it's-
again, they have that perception because
Of the past, right?
yeah.
Bro,
I feel
it's
like
crazy.
they got those type of people who do too much in every sexuality though.
Oh, yeah,
Straight
definitely.
niggas do too much sometimes. Like,
That's
man,
why it took me a
fact.
minute to be comfortable with
saying?
hanging out with straight dudes because then they're like, well, you
You know
know.
what I'm saying? That's what everybody be bugging. Just everybody who cool need to be
That's
cool.
why a lot of people don't like everybody having girl best friends, guy best friends.
We already had.
Like,
I don't care.
I don't care.
What you have, personally.
I don't
That's
care.
just- I
but
don't-
my question was, I want to know how you feel about like fucking with females. Like, since you're a girl and you be fucking with girls, like, what's your perception on girls around here?
Around here, no thank you. I'm off
Yeah,
it.
nah, around
No.
here,
Judge him out.
I plead the fifth.
I have no state.
I plead the fifth.
A lot of be on bullshit.
A lot of them are on a lot of bullshit. But me personally, like I told y'all before even recording, I don't think my soulmate is in Virginia. Like,
which is
There's a whole bunch of people,
this
bro.
whole,
Which is
this whole
crazy.
goddamn
Wow.
country, you gonna tell me my soulmate isn't within 30 miles of me?
in Stafford,
In
Virginia.
Stafford?
Yeah.
You're blessed to
Maybe
find that.
Woodbridge?
See, it's
No.
crazy, bro. It's crazy because at a point in time, you're gonna think that. Like, if
Yeah.
you really fall in love anywhere, you're gonna think like, damn, like that's the
That's
one.
it. And that's what all
But this
people
world
do
is so
now.
fun. This world is so big, nigga. This so bro. There's places we have not been. You know what I'm saying? So
And then
like,
when you go, you're like, damn.
bro, nigga. Let me, bro. Let's talk about this. Me and Linnell, we went to a concert probably like two years ago, And I think it was both of our first time, like, and just like we really don't go out that much.
Now
So we see bad females. I'm talking about like
statute of limitations 2 years ago.
Bro,
anyway.
2 years ago, right?
Right, for these drop
So we get there, I'm like, bro, like, I'm like, the ugliest female here is the baddest female in Stafford. And then I'm like, bro, like, that's crazy as shit. Like, nigga, it's just, bro, it's a fact. Like,
they were just different.
It's
like
different.
Everywhere
though.
Vibe. It was just like they didn't act the same as what's over here. Like
everybody
you just
here.
We gotta go back to that place in a couple weeks. So.
Well, let me know when you go, cause I'll be going with you.
We going to a concert.
Right.
So if you, I mean,
stay tuned.
Yeah.
You know,
You wanna go? It's in Baltimore. So
Why you say it like that?
because you live there.
But why'd you say it like that? Say it again.
Baltimore.
Ah.
What you mean?
Ah. Go ahead, say it again.
I didn't say shit.
Say it. Go ahead, say it.
Damn thing, bro. The tape back.
Try again.
You say it. Baltimore.
I feel like out of all people, you'd be closer.
What was the difference in what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
So I'm like, wait, you made a different face and all.
You do realize we don't enunciate every syllable.
More
right?
and more goofy ass. Talking about. So like, since you already talked about like niggas sliding on you when they like. I was just like, bro, how do niggas be coming at you? Like, do they try to talk to you?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
So- in
what way?
Yeah,
Like,
now
you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you-
So most of them will try and do the friend thing first.
Like, what, but okay, what's
so
up?
played
What's up,
out,
broski?
bro, like-
Or is it like, is it what's up, broski? Or is it like, how are they acting? Because you know,
It's-
niggas act different. Like,
It's different.
depending.
Like it just depends.
Oh wow.
Some of them will come to
They
me.
act sweet and shit.
Some of them will come to me like, "Hey, beautiful." I'm like, throw up.
Like, what? Like, that's what I'm saying.
But then some of them will be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" I'm like, "Okay, you know, I'm comfortable." They're trying to get me comfortable, which makes sense.
Right.
But then after we've had a
After a month or
conversation,
something.
they're like, "Boom, let me throw it," and I'm
Oh,
like,
what?
"No,
These niggas
I'm good."
Nah.
Niggas is funny.
They're gross.
You got the cleanest fresh up out of all of us. So, and, did you do that yourself?
I did.
Talk about that a little bit. You
Okay.
go to barber school right now, or you?
So right now I'm on like I just took a pause because of working with like my dog stuff.
Right.
But I plan to go back the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
So not too far from now. But I started cutting hair when I was like 16. I worked in like little barbershops around here, you know, whatever. Started as the sweeper, and then they were like, "Hey, you want to try?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to try." Like, shit looks cool as fuck. So I started doing it here. I moved to Baltimore, and then did it everywhere else. So now I'm like,
How you like it?
I want to do it when I'm set in stone with everything
Like,
I
that's
have.
the- you wanna
That's
just-
what I want to do. I just want
Right.
to cut hair. That's it.
That's fine.
Like on some chill
I can see
shit,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a chill
I want to
thing
be.
do.
I want to be
Yeah.
like able to travel with this
Right.
shit. Like I want to be like, okay, this person needs a haircut. Let me hop on a plane
Like
and go
shit.
cut
Oh,
his hair.
surely
Like
with
that'd be
a
cool as
celebrity
fuck.
barber.
Right.
That'd be cool as shit.
You know Big Blins.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I
Yeah.
absolutely adore that dude with all his work.
Yeah.
He is
Who
dope.
you talking about?
Big Blins.
The
On
TikTok nigga?
Yeah, he travels
he seems
everywhere.
lit.
That's
And just
that's
gives
what I
people
want
cut
to
for
do.
free and talks to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Solid. That's what I'm saying.
But it's mainly just like the conversation and like community you have with everybody with doing barbering is like nothing else.
Right.
Like you don't meet the same type of people you would in any other job field.
Right.
So to be able to do that and travel would be awesome. The only thing that sucks, if you were to be like stationary, if you were to be in a shop, you have to have a license for it. Technically, you don't have to have one if
Right.
you're not stationary. Now, if you were doing like a business type thing and you're like, okay, I want to work in a shop, you either have to be an apprentice, which is under a master barber that already has theirs, or you have to have your license.
Right.
Otherwise, technically, it's illegal.
So then you must be under somebody's shit.
And even under someone else's, within the couple months frame that you're under them, you get your license regardless.
Right. And
So-
so barbershop school, or is that what it is? Like, how did, wait, what is
So there's just barbering, and then there's cosmetology, but cosmetology only goes over like maybe like a fourth of the entire barbering thing. Like they go through it within like 3 days.
that? Wow.
They don't stay focused on it. So everyone's like, "Oh, I got my cosmetology license. I know how to cut hair." No, I'm not letting you touch my head.
Like, shit. I know a lot of females.
People that-
that
I
say,
got
Yeah.
shit.
I got
They're like, "I know how to fade." I'm like,
that shit blew me.
they're like, "Oh, you know how to fade." I'm like, "No, you know how to taper.
the way.
You don't know how to fade. You know how to taper." Not just
fuck around.
Like you know how to fuck my shit up.
Like, let me fade your head. No.
I'm good.
No.
Keep that low in
You
your
can
heads,
taper.
bro.
I bet you can do
Any
that.
female talking about
Badass.
they got your cosmetologist.
I don't want to hear it. No.
I'm not
And you
touching my
definitely
shit.
ain't putting no liners up to my head neither. Nope. Ain't happening.
Fuck around and have a whole
Right.
outlined around your shit. You know
like
shit be
this.
red as shit.
Push it too hard or it's gonna be slanted or no.
Bro, I let him cut my hair one time.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I started cutting my own hair, it just saves more money.
I was about to say,
And-
is it hard though? Like, how do you really get?
At first, it was difficult. Like, I had to get used to the hand movements because, like, I'm right-handed. I only use my right hand with everything I do.
Right.
So, like, with barbering, you have to learn how to use both. Because of being in the mirror or, like, rotating a head, you got to, like, learn how to maneuver a little bit better. So it took a minute for me to get comfortable with it, and now it's, like, second nature.
Right now, you just.
Yeah.
I literally, I'll just sit
you're
there
never
and
down
like, okay,
bad.
cool.
Right. That's lit.
Before,
Yeah.
like, I literally
That's
had, like,
tough.
3-4 mirrors sitting in front of me when I was learning. And I sat there for 2.5 hours cutting my hair. Just so I could learn.
See,
like,
but that's how you learn.
yeah,
I ain't
just so
gonna
I
lie.
could learn. I was like, and with anything, like, everyone's like, oh, it's easy. You can sit there and just do it right before going somewhere. When you want to learn and you have no idea how to do it, you have to set time for that shit.
Right.
Like, I had to sit 2 hours out of my day to be like, this is what I'm doing for 2 hours.
Right, and bro, with us, like all of us, like growing up, 2 hours is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like nigga, when you're young, you do not realize the value of that. But 2
Yeah.
hours
No,
out
yeah.
of your day.
So, like, I had a mirror in front of me so I could see the front. I had a mirror on the side, and then I had one in my hand. And I would literally just rotate from the mirrors to, like, see everything.
Yeah, that's my thing.
And
You really
when
wanna
you're
do some
in the
shit?
like when
Well,
you're
figure
in
it
the
out.
mirror, you have to go the opposite way. So that's what made it more difficult. If I'm in the mirror, like, let's say there's a mirror behind me and I have one in my hand. If I'm going like this and I want to go this way, the mirror's going to show me it going that way. So I have to be like, okay, I'm going this way, not that way. Yeah.
We should do a video
Trying to get.
I mean, we
trying to go
yeah, 'cause
back.
you said you was about to.
I'm about to cut my shit.
Yeah.
That's what comes when you don't want to do some shit, actually.
You're gonna learn.
You don't do that shit.
I'm learned.
Fast.
Bro, my family used to get so mad at me because I would do it in the most inconvenient times. Like, I would be at work all day, and then they come home, and it's like 11:30, 12, and I hear,
Oh,
Nah.
and they're like, yo, bet,
Trying to
turn
get
that,
right.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, turn that shit off. I'm like, I have no other time to do it. Now is the only time I can do it.
Hey.
So I would literally be up all night just learning how to cut my hair all the
Bro,
time.
imagine hair.
Respect, though. That's
I mean,
that's what
eventually
it take, though.
Eventually I got softer clippers, so it's not as loud. But then beginner clippers, when you don't know what the difference is between all of them,
What's
and
the
you just get one, the gap, so like the clippers have a gap in them, the very cheap, like Walmart clippers, the gap is way too open. So like if you try and cut, that shit's not cut nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now the professional clippers, most of them are zero gap, which means like they're like a liner. Like they're super very close. Like the blades are here and then the other ones are right here. On Walmart clippers, that shit's here and here. So like the hair has to travel all the way down here to get
Just
cut.
get cut.
There's
Yeah,
no way.
that's what you said.
Like you're literally digging in your skin trying to get it out.
No sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to her about her singing, of course. I want to talk to her about her music.
I was hoping he forgot.
I'll never
Nah,
forget that.
Well,
Quest, I don't even got
That's what you're doing. Like you said, or we talked off camera. But
Yeah.
like that's what you're about to do. You're about
Yeah,
to dive
so my main goal once I'm completely stationary, I want to be a barber and do my music. That's it. My dog stuff is just kind of a for now thing.
to
something
invest in
do.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Something to do. But my music, I'm starting to take more seriously as of now. Within like the next month and a half, 2 months, my stuff will actually be out. Usually I'm just like features on everybody's stuff, or I just perform places and I perform my original stuff, but I don't release it.
Right.
So everyone's heard a lot of my music, they just can't get it anywhere. So now that I have enough to work with, I'm going to start releasing it. So hopefully it goes as well as I hope it does, but I'm with like the platform I already have, I don't think it'll be an issue.
Yeah. Facts.
When you
go,
blow up.
that's the thing. Like
I don't think I'll have an issue, but that's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to make sure I had a plan of, okay, when I do it, I know that it's going to get exposure. I didn't want to do it when I was 17 because I'm like, no one's going to care to listen to a 17-year-old. No one cares. She's not taking it seriously. She's just kind of doing whatever.
It's smart.
You know,
right.
you should just like with hers. You should just make a whole bunch of different TikToks, all different shit you do.
Clip your song.
Nah, I'm saying like she could have a TikTok where her singing. She could have a TikTok where her dog shit. She could have a TikTok where her barber shit.
Yeah, and you could have more different accounts, really, if you wanted to.
But you could also get to the point where she could just be like, go follow this one account.
Right, that's
and
what I'm
then
saying.
From all the accounts, and then everything could be just on one account. And then it would be she can do everything with one account. But then also, I heard you gotta have backup accounts with TikTok.
That's why I was like, I would just keep separate.
I need to make one because
I was
once you get a certain amount of following, there's those people that will just randomly start reporting you.
Right.
And TikTok is too stupid enough to actually look and see why they're reporting you. They're just like, oh, they did this. And they're like, oh, they did what? Gone.
Right. Well, I want to get back into that. The last nigga we had, he did TikTok. He said, like, when he first started, he was making $150 a month. So, and he said, I don't know if this is the same for you, but you can start getting paid at $10K.
It depends how. It's mainly for sponsors. Like, if you have a lot of sponsors, just random people that are like, hey, I want you to promote my stuff and I'll pay you for it.
Right.
That's usually where it starts to come from. TikTok's pay is shit.
Where?
Because once you hop on the creator fund thing, they start making your videos not show up. So, like, let's say I'm not on it, which
that's why people
I'm not on
shadow
it now.
ban?
Yeah.
You be shadow banned.
I'm not on the creator fund anymore because when I did flip the switch and was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this shit seriously, I'm gonna be on it.
Right.
My videos aren't popping up on anybody's shit, and they do it intentionally so they don't have to pay you.
Right.
But once you're off of it,
that's crazy.
you get all the exposure in the world. So I'm not on it. I just choose not to be.
And you can choose, like, you could just cancel it.
Yeah, it's literally a setting.
Right.
Once you get to, I think it's like, I want to say 60K, it gives you the option. There's a couple like other things that come with it. Is like if you have 1,000 views within the last 3 days, just to make sure that you're consistent.
Right.
Because if you hop on a creator fund and don't post shit, what's the point of you being on there?
Right.
So they're very like persistent on what you have to keep up with, and if you start slacking, you'll get kicked off of it.
Facts.
But I just didn't want to be on it.
They on some fuck shit. Talking about some
TikTok.
No, but that is interesting.
Everyone's like, oh, you can get so much money off of TikTok, and you can.
Right.
But it's very difficult.
Right.
Because there's some people that have the same amount of followers I do, don't make shit. But then there's some people that have less than I do and make probably more than I do.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you're like we have you saying like what 130.
Yeah.
Saying that like TikTok shit pays and shit.
Yeah.
And
honestly, for me, I feel like getting the amount of followers I have now on TikTok, now is the best time to probably flip to the YouTube thing because all those people just.
I was about to ask, are you?
And you get paid like that on YouTube instantly.
Are you finna get into YouTube? Or like
I thought about it, but I'm just like, do I really have time for it?
Right.
I don't want to do it and then not have time.
Half-ass it. Right.
So I'm just kind of keeping everything on TikTok at the moment, and then let's say I get banned or some random shit happens, I'm gonna just flip it over.
Right.
But I just don't want to do it if I'm not gonna fully do it.
Yeah. Anybody out there should like if you got half like
if you don't post every so often, it's not even worth doing.
Whatever you want to do, bro, you gonna do it
all the way.
Yeah.
You heard her in the video, bro.
She
2 hours after work, you feel me?
Bro.
Loud as shit, 4 mirrors, you feel me? And she was doing it though, because she wanted to.
Even with like TikTok, like when I started to take it serious, like I didn't care at first, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I can get paid from this shit.
Right.
So I literally would sit there and make videos all day. Like the days I was off, or just days that I knew I had a couple hours to work with, I would sit there and remake videos all day. And then I'd post one and it would blow up, and they're like, oh my god, how do all your videos blow up? It's because I sit there and do them.
You put in that work.
I do them 20, 30 times, and then I'm like, okay, I got it now. And then I post it, and they're like, all your videos blow up. Not all of them, because if you saw every one from the first part to now, it's not the same.
They don't see the grind.
Yeah, they just think, oh, it's that easy for you. It's really not.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like, and I was talking to somebody off camera, and he was like, oh yeah, all you need is 1,000 subscribers, and
hell
nigga,
no.
you know how like hard it is to get
100
subscribers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how psyched I was to get 100?
Bro. Like, you really gotta work.
For real.
And especially depending on the platform. Like, bro, it's just
like,
not quick. Like,
and even having a lot on TikTok, it doesn't really help me in certain aspects. Like, Instagram, you go on my Instagram and it looks like a normal Instagram page, like a couple thousand followers.
Right.
And you go on TikTok and you're like, how the fuck does she not have more followers on here?
Because TikTok followers are not translucent.
They don't really
follow you from platform to platform.
Unless you tell them to. And what do I look like asking people? If you want to follow me, you will.
Exactly.
If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to beg for you to do so.
Right. Yeah. They was talking about this with you know about the TikTok YouTuber, right? Mm-hmm. They're the TikToker. He had like 1 billion. He had like a hella followers. You know the Michael Lee nigga?
Yeah.
He has mad followers, but him having that much followers is not gonna equate to a YouTuber having 2 million followers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just like a loyalty thing type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna
YouTubers and like. So like the TikTok and YouTuber fight thing,
really
like TikTokers, like for instance, like Charlie got like millions.
Right.
You have like half of what she has on YouTube. They make way more than she does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like YouTube,
you don't need that many views.
You get 1 million followers on YouTube, you're set. You get
on God. Right. Niggas don't.
You get 1 million on YouTube, you're set. You get 1 million on TikTok.
Like the nigga we was talking about who has I think he has 1 million subscribers and he's still here in Stafford.
You have 1 million subscribers.
You know, bargain, my boy. I don't know how the fuck I'd have been out this bitch.
Right.
I
told him I was like half of that. Bro.
You would have been out of here, you would have been out of here, your mom would have been out of here, we all would have been
I swear to God.
What the fuck is he saying?
That blows me.
My mom would have been somewhere chilling elsewhere.
Like he had hella followers. If I had half of that, I would have been gone.
What? Like niggas don't know how to execute.
He has that on YouTube?
Huh? Bro,
look it up. Months ago.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, like, niggas, like, it's like making music. You'll forget a nigga if he don't drop no heat, nigga, so you gotta put it out.
We was just talking about this.
We were talking about, he was like, why haven't you done it yet? Because I don't want to do it when I'm not ready.
Right.
Like, if I have maybe 2 or 3 songs done, and they're not my best songs anyway,
right.
I'm going to drop them, people like, oh, you know, those are cool.
You don't realize it as, once you have the opportunity, you need to seize it. Like, you need
I was just gonna say, he just didn't take
he didn't seize it.
Like,
he didn't seize it.
That's what most of them do.
You don't want to eat right there. Now you
they're like,
you
oh,
get that shit,
you get it, and then you think it's going to be there for a hot minute.
Nope.
Take it.
Yeah.
You gotta grab that shit, then go put that shit in something else.
You gotta grab it and run,
nigga. Keep grabbing that shit and go, nigga. And keep putting into the other shit with the other shit.
If you would have stuck with that shit, it probably would have lasted a little bit longer, but it still wouldn't have
you keep selling the same shirts, they're not gonna, it's just gonna fall off. Like, it's a fact.
You gotta do different.
You gotta create a new shirt, etc. Like, it's just
new design.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, niggas don't understand.
Just like she keeps saying, my nigga, trust me, I would have been put out my stuff, but I gotta do this thing first.
He's executing.
Let me grab this thing. Let me then get there, then there, and just take off.
Like I told them, I have connections because of family and just being around performing. That was my goal. I want them there, so when I do take the chance, I know that they're there, and I have options, if that makes sense.
Right.
Saying like with me for a while, I was like, I just don't want to be in the music industry, and then I got older, I'm realizing you don't have to be big. Like you don't have to.
Your own.
You don't have to be on a record label to do that shit. You know how long it took Mulatto to sign on a fucking record label?
Facts. Now she's
and
just
now
on XXL.
Right. You know how long it takes somebody to sign on that shit? It took her forever. And
DDG.
she was fine the entire time.
Alright, true touchment. That nigga did it on his own.
Yeah. He did, definitely.
I gotta take
this
nigga.
Definitely.
Because he put me on that nigga.
He's on XXL.
And we've been paying attention to him before shit was really jumping.
Like, we've been on that.
Right.
I gotta escape. Yeah. Now this nigga's talking about some COVID mask, all that shit. He's hard. He's hard. He's hard as shit.
I'm on boxing.
I can't call him out on YouTube.
You can add it in the title now. You can
do it right now. Do it right now.
Okay, Queen, I want the smoke. Where the gloves at? Swear to God, I knock his ass the fuck out. I hope he pull up.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. It's very possible he sees this.
Hell God. He'll watch it. He'll watch it.
Look at this nigga.
I'll react to me.
Look at this nigga.
Come on, bro.
Nah, bro.
You better come out and fight if you react to it, though.
Bro.
You feel me?
You gotta
react to it if you react to our fight. Because I need some memory. So you feel me?
Did you want to ask us anything? Nothing?
When y'all blow up, don't forget about me.
That's we was just talking about that.
That's all I got for you. If I blow up, I got y'all. If y'all blow up, you gotta have me.
Bro. But that's the thing with all, I guess, like, we genuinely fuck with
I was gonna say,
like, we're not gonna
you're gonna be back on here.
Give it like 6 months and be like, so, remember that one?
We're gonna do updates.
Facts. I just want to say, I appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. This took a good time in the workings. We had to get the dates right.
Yeah, it took a hot minute.
Yeah, it took a minute. So
Took
just
a
know that we really is out here trying to get y'all these videos. We appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate the support, the love, all the shares, the likes, comments, all that good stuff.
Real.
But
Yeah, now you got it.
Do it again.
It's not Mercy and 10. We out.
That was valid, buddy. That was valid.